Okay, so for a second there, forget whatever the Western media is saying. Forget whatever America is preaching. Forget whatever CNN is portraying out there. Welcome to Financial Tuesday. And hear the truth from me, the light at the tunnel. Now, in the ongoing feud between America, Israel, and Iran, think about this in a more critical way. For those of you in the forex market, for those of you in the stock market, have you seen what is going on in the gold market, in the oil market? The prices have shot up as much as 6%. 6% increase in less than 48 hours. What does that tell you? Listen, one thing some of us are forgetting to understand is that Iran sits in a very particular, geolocation that, if not properly handled, it becomes a global issue. In as much as it's looking like an Israeli-American war against Iran, all right, it will end up affecting even you, the common man living in the street of Jamestown, a common man living in the street of Lagos, a common man living in the street of Sierra Leone, because you might end up buying even a liter of petrol for as much as $2, and you know what that could be. Now, today on Financial Tuesday, all right, I'll try as much as possible not to go spiritual, but I like tagging all my things to spiritual, but not in the religious spiritual aspect. Spiritual as in spiritual, but let's not go there yet. Now, let me make you understand something. The technicalities in this. Remember, a couple of months ago, Donald Trump, captured the Venezuela president oil reserve, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, globally. And this is a very thick oil, like more a sludge oil, not a normal light crude oil as you all know. This is a crude oil that maybe if a gallon of it could produce, if a gallon of normal crude oil could produce 2 liters of fuel, for instance, I'm just giving rough instance, a gallon of this sludge oil could actually produce 6 liters. Yeah, it is that much. And what I'm telling you is factual. You can do your own research on it. Now, first you capture the president that run this oil, and you need some minerals that will help you in refining these oils, and you wouldn't want to pay for it. What would you first of all do? You start a war, knowing fully well that once the war starts, there will be instability. And instability means it becomes more like a no man's land. There will be needs for treaty. And you know what that means for a second. Iran might be forced, that is, if captured, might be forced to sign some treaties, which will enable America take those minerals that are needed in order to process the oil that is being taken from Venezuela. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense to you or you're not getting it. So this whole thing, it's like the big boys game, It's like the chain of command of those who rule the world, from Bar, you get to the royal family, you get to the Rockefellers, you get to the Rothschilds, all of this is like the big boys games. You get what I'm saying? So for some of you who are so emotional, they are unalive, they are the Iranian head or the Iranian supreme leader of something. No, you are just being normally, swayed as usual. You're focusing your mind on the things that don't matter, leaving the main things that matters. Listen, let me tell you something. If even a jet pilot happens to crash in Iran, as all of this is going now, there is every possibility, judging the Geneva Treaty that was signed, that Iran will not harm that pilot that ejected. Instead, when this whole feud is over, there will be negotiation upon release. Despite him being a soldier that crashed in a hostile area, okay, he will still be considered a prisoner of war. So this whole war is not even it affects just a common man like you and myself. But the big boys, it doesn't concern them, it doesn't affect them. Instead, they cash out big, they cash out huge on it. So instead of you paying attention to what is going on in the mainstream media, pay attention to realities that are staring you in your own eyes. But you're not seeing it because your attention is driven to somewhere else. Now let me tell you something. Babylon will fall according to the prophets and the scroll. Okay? Now imagine this way. All right? That America captures Iran, okay? Become like a boss over Iran as they are to Venezuela. Do you know what that will also linger? We are still on Financial Tuesday, but I'm pointing your mind to different things so that on your own time you can think about it and make sense of it. Okay? I'm touching a lot of things because I have a very limited time to talk here. Now, if America captures Iran, tension will rise. Okay? Because China, in its way, depends on Iranian oil. Russia, on the other way around, is Iranian ally. And Russia is America's enemy. Now, what do you think would happen in the financial market when Russia stands against America openly and the war escalates to the extent even China will step in? We can say, God forbid, let North Korea not step in. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, when all of this happens, it will now make what was going to happen in the next 4 years. 4 years from now. Okay, that's something is going to happen 4 years from now that is going to affect, it's going to even affect globally more than COVID-19 affected. Okay, some people that are in this realm that understand are already calling it the mark of the beast, so to say. Okay, but the fact still remain that these guys are playing gamble with you and I, the common man. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be too direct on some certain things, but one thing you must have in mind is that from now, this is we're in 2026 and we are in March 2026. From now to 27, 28, 29, 2030, there will be a reason for a global meltdown. Take it from me if you want, but if you don't want, it's okay. My advice, since I'm talking on Financial Tuesdays, go back to farming if you're in West Africa. Go back to, planting things that when you harvest them, they don't easily get destroyed or get spoiled within the shortest period of maybe 6 months. Okay, there's a name we call it back then in school. Is it perennial crops or something? You get what I'm saying? Get back to agriculture, more importantly, West Africa, because it's going to hit and it's going to hit hard. Now already in Nigeria, to get cash, sometimes you need to go to POS. POS terminals are almost every corner of Nigeria. Nigeria is also a practical ground. But in all, mount your guard, because what is coming is greater than what has been in the terms of COVID-19, that there was lockdowns and there was all sort of trial and error. Want to do this everywhere. Conspiracy theories came out that they're going to implant chips on everybody. It is not late. As for chips, you will receive, because at the time from now to 2030, there's going to be a global meltdown. I don't need to own a big church for you to hear what I'm saying or believe it. But start now and be equipping yourself. Make it more like a survival tactics to keep you and your home safe. If possible, you can leave the cities and start relocating to the villages, or start creating wealth, sustainable wealth in the villages. Because in the shortest time, maximum 4 years from this 2026, in the shortest time, the city might not be the best habitable place for us to live. You get what I'm saying? And mind you, I am still the bearer of the East Pole light. So I'm not just talking for talking's sake. We are still on Financial Tuesday. So that's why I'm just touching a whole lot of things at the same time, so that I can post it, and for those who will see and make further research to gain more insight on what I'm saying. But trust me, there might be a threat for the fall of Babylon. For the fall of Babylon. Some of you think that Babylon has already fallen, but there may be a threat for the fall of Babylon. And if Babylon falls, or before Babylon falls, even you in Africa will pay a price. Even you in West Africa, in any part of Africa, will pay a price. But now it is starting like a geopolitical tension in Middle East or in the Persian Gulf. Remember, Iranians are not Arabs. They are Persians. Even in the Holy Scroll, it was made mention that the prince of Persia held the prayers of the prophet Daniel. So these are not jokes, and they are no coincidence. Maybe a lot of what I've said might not make sense to you, but pick points on them, pick points one, because I'm not really in the right frame of mind to sit down and explain everything in detail to you now, because I gotta go. Okay? So in all, remember that all the good things you're looking for is waiting for you on the other side of fear. And remember, once you awake, you realize all the truth that needs to be said has been said already. I hope you pay attention. Peace, love, and light.